Welcome to New Globe Studios, Kenya. We are very excited and happy to bring to you a very sensitive discussion today, which is going to cover the origin of unemployment in Kenya. We know unemployment is quite a story in this country, but sometimes Kenyans have not done one step behind to be able to analyze exactly what the origin was, because we are busy trying to unlock, but we need to have some element of history on how unemployment got us where we are today. Without much ado, I'm with the two guests in the studio today. I would want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. So on my left, I would request Bwana Daniel to be able to introduce himself.
Yes, I'm Daniel Isubori from Nairobi North Region Juakali Association, and equally I am the organizing secretary, Kenya National Federation of Juakali Associations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bwana Daniel. On my right, I'll take this opportunity to welcome Lawrence to be able to introduce himself.
Thank you once again. My name is Lawrence Mwandomsau. I'm also a player in the industrial and construction sector. I'm a carpenter and joiner by profession, and it cuts across so many other trades whereby they are interlinked into what I undergone as a carpenter and joiner. So once again, I appreciate and looking forward, we are going to share more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, viewers. You heard it from the horse's mouth. We are very proud to have the informal team that are here to at least be able to make us understand how things are in whichever areas that they are operating. So as I mentioned earlier, unemployment is choking our country, more especially when we are looking at our youth. When we talk about 90% of our population being around the youth, and the 90% of the same youth are also undergoing what we call unemployment. So briefly, because of Daniel's age, and I would really want a brief history on at your age. How did this unemployment get us? I mean, at your age, how did we find ourselves in unemployment space?
Yeah, let me start by saying that Kenya, being a developing country, has got ups and downs, as your life is always. And I can remember when I was in school, like the young people, I was expecting that when I come out of school, I'll get employed. And sure enough, I got employment. But due to some economical issues, people were being laid off. Now I found myself being one of them who was told employment now is over. Then from there, that was 1993.
Wow.
Yeah,
1993.
that's when I was laid off.
Okay.
Then I joined the Juakari sector, where I am to date.
Now, on where you are, Daniel, we would really briefly want to understand the origin of this word Juakali. Sometimes when a lawyer is in the streets, he will tell you, I'm in Juakali. You get a doctor, you get everybody who is not formally employed, they'll talk about Juakali.
Yeah.
It'll make us understand how did this happen?
I think this one, I have to divide it today in a different forum. Juakali, today I call it Juakasi, because once you are used to work day 1, day 2, 30 days, 1 year, you know much more on your profession than any other. So that's why I've decided to say it should not be a juakali thing, but juakazi. You have knowledge on that. So, but going back to your question, when Kenya, remember there before, there used to be a 10% employment every year in Kenya.
Wow.
Yeah. But in during the Moi era, when Moi took employment was done once, that was around 78, 79 there. Then that was all. So when the 10% employment ceased to exist, take note that those who came from school were like, mass production without market. A product without market has no value. Yeah? When you come from school, green, and you want to get employed and then you don't get one, where do you go? You lie idle. And that's why you can see young people walifikiria tutapata hii, wanakuta sio vile, so wanahusika na mambo ambayo hayafai. And that's why I may thank the great President Moi, kwa sababu in his own wisdom alilegeza masharti ambayo yaliruhusu watu kufanya kazi zao wenyewe, na wakaondoa zile sheria zilizokuweko za kuruhusu watu kuwa na licenses, and that's how Juakali was born.
When you talk about the late President Moi having created an environment, but as from where you are today,
yes,
that what was the real structure around it? Because we strongly feel like there ought to have been a transition, because when we magnify the informalness of doing things, and yet we are moving to a global village where quite a number of things are standardized. Why do we think that allowing people to do things in their own ways when there are serious standards in the whole world makes you feel like that has given people a good opportunity?
I take note that I'm a believer in the Bible. All that we are talking about trickles down to your bread on the table. When you don't have food on the table, even if you are educated to any level, you are considered nothing. What is important is that you have to have your daily bread. Right? Now, when this 10% I mentioned earlier ceased to exist, somebody by the name Kiragori, I remember this old mzee, was brilliant and came with an idea of asking the government then that the white collar job or jobs are not there. So what do? He said, allow people to work on their own so that they earn a living than being idle. And I take you back again and remember that there were what the government used to call village polytechnics. Village polytechnics were meant to, to craft or to train school leavers into self-reliance.
That is great. I think I'm so happy that you're linking us to the technical arm of what the government has done a lot. And I think from on my right, Lawrence is a seasoned carpenter in the construction industry, and that is why we also getting a little concerned. And Bana Lawrence, we would really want to understand. Blue collar was not a good thing to be proud of.
Yes.
In many years in this country.
Yes.
But we are told in developed countries like, for example, Germany and wherever, we are told a carpenter goes to the site with a double caping.
Yes.
But in Kenya, you would really find it extremely different. Mm-hmm. So when you got into the industry of carpentry and joinery,
yes,
and we have a scenario where a technical space has got the formal, the informal, and the non-formal.
Yes.
So when you got into this space, was it out of passion? Was it out of lack of choice? Or what exactly? And what was the welcome like? Did you find a soft landing? Was it complicated? Or how did you find it, Lawrence?
Exactly. Once again, let me reiterate that being a carpenter and joiner in the space, and first of all, I can account that I've been in the space for 24 years as a carpenter.
Wow.
And there's nothing else I've really engaged in.
Wow.
But how I found myself in the space, I'll explain it in two ways.
Absolutely.
It could be coincidence or not coincidence.
Uh-huh.
It cuts across both aspects. First of all, I've been gone through the formal way, the formal way of acquiring the skills.
Yeah.
I went through my classes or my schooling in a formal education system. And I was also privileged to have attended a secondary school, which is also hosting the technical side of it. So I just took it like any other student, like a subject in carpentry and joinery. So it was part of the curriculum. Each individual student had to choose any trade of his choice.
Okay.
And we were taken through an orientation class to choose, so that it could come freely out of you to see where you find yourself comfortable in.
Okay.
We were not forced to. And actually, I had chosen metalwork and carpentry. Okay. So I was led to choose the two of them, but I majored in the carpentry section. I really felt like it is good I be a carpenter because of what was going around in the workshop. I really felt like being a carpenter is good.
Okay.
But I did not have that big picture whether I will become a carpenter. But it was to assist me pass my education or my tests or my exams. All right. So I cannot remember anywhere our mentors telling us that you are doing this so that you can become a carpenter.
Wow.
You are doing this because you will become a welder. It was part of the system to pass the exam well.
Okay.
To just have a good grade to enable you face the future ahead like a learned person who passed the exams.
Uh-huh.
But little did I know I would find myself being a carpenter.
Oh, wow.
So after I completed my formal education on the O levels, then I just found myself in the space outside. Now I've got a Form 4 certificate, but nothing else I could have done. I did not further my education.
Okay.
Further than that.
Okay.
So I found myself now just in the open space, ready to indulge in anything. And that mentality of that I learned the trade in carpentry was not in my system by then. I was just out there, a Form 4 leaver, with all the certificates going around looking for jobs. A job which...
So white collar was your
white collar,
main target?
Yeah, it was all about...
finally, I mean, and that's what I'm saying. So,
yes.
I mean, what we are saying here is the Kenyan mind, the young person in Kenya today,
true.
The white collar has not come out of the mind, and that's why we are here talking about unemployment. So finally, after white collar struggle, you are lucky to have had the carpentry skills. So how did you decided to give it a try? Exactly. I hope so.
So what really happened?
Yes.
After trying my luck in the white collar jobs like office assistants and so on, I also found myself in the industrial area, working in the industries like casual labor. So in the packaging and all that, it was so casual that in a week you could end up working for 2 days in a week, or a week if you are so lucky. Although it depended on the production, whatever was being produced in a particular industry.
So Lawrence, at that particular moment, now when you are doing the packaging and the assistance and all that, did that look like white or blue or?
Definitely, it was okay.
Or that, or in your own imagination, you are seeing a ladder from a packing to a white, or
Okay, we just treated this as half white
and half blue.
And half blue. Because it was neither here nor there, because it was not consistent.
Yeah, absolutely.
But again, I used to struggle a lot, because in a week when you are engaged like 2 days and the rest of the days you are doing nothing. So with the little you used to earn could not sustain me.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm dispossessed completely. I could not stand on my own, because the income was not consistent at all. So it was hard to connect life. So again, I found myself in the building and construction industry.
So you entered the industry not as a carpenter, but
somebody introduced me to the construction industry. Like, we just go there, I become a casual laborer, and I was assured I will be working a whole week, a whole month.
Or construction was more assuring.
It was more assuring.
Yeah. And there is also the element of fair to industrial area distance.
True. So
in the construction space, it was a walking distance.
It was a walking distance, and also it was like spread across. If you are not on this site, you could get a job in any other close.
No restriction.
No restriction.
Great.
No conditions whatsoever. As long as you are energetic and you have got a passion to work in it.
So like construction has also got the element of energy and strong.
Exactly.
It is. You don't get there. You don't have the muscles.
Like the physique, how you are.
You must have bit of muscles.
Exactly.
Oh, great.
So
entry.
The entry now, because I was fresh from school, I was energetic. So I was like, I can handle it.
Okay.
So in the construction industry, there are so many departments. But I first found myself in the concrete mixing, in the concrete. That is where you can start.
That was your entry.
It is the only job now which is available, where it's like an entry point
to the industry.
Before you come to learn, in the construction industry, there are so many sectors. That's when I found like, there are people who are called carpenters here. So it captures me, like in school. I trained in carpentry. So these are the carpenters. So it was like they underwent the same formal system of acquiring the skills. So I was like, I'm a carpenter and I'm here in the concrete. So what's all about being a carpenter, a student one, and the one who is practicing the carpentry to earn a living. So there was such a big disconnect. Being a carpentry student and a carpenter executing practicing the profession. So that really captivated me a lot. After inquiring what's all about the carpenter, being given as a very special platform. It was like being a carpenter, you are recognized. I could see like a carpenter, the way he was operating,
Okay.
it was just
How was the welcome like now from the concrete section to carpentry? How was the transition? Were you quickly accepted? Was there some resistance, or you had also to start from a casual level as a carpenter, or did you straight away start the carpentry part so that we were able to move fast?
Yeah. So now having seen a carpenter in practice, so I just made a quick link to the carpenter. I introduced myself to the carpenter, having acquired some skills. So he was like elated. Oh, you also have some skills in carpentry.
Okay.
So he quickly admitted me in to work with him as a helper.
Okay.
That
so you
is why now
as a helper, carpenter,
a helper carpenter,
right,
as an intern.
Okay.
That is when now I started polishing my skills well, in line with what I went
what
to
you trained
school.
in back in
And
school.
from that, it just sank inside me.
Okay.
And then I got the passion in it, and that's why for over 24 years I've been in the industry.
Now, I would want to get back to Daniel for a short while on now. From where you sit, Daniel,
Yes.
do you feel like from where Juakali started and where it is today, there is this body called MSEA that was formed, that was meant now to assist Juakali be able to transform, to move from the informal operations to be able to operate formally, so that they're able to get competitive and be able to create now what we call quality jobs. You see, employment, if it has no element of quality again, it just becomes a story. So do you feel like MSEA has been able to move it to the levels that maybe it was formed for?
Let me say that I've not seen much help.
You've not seen much help.
Because MSEA was supposed to assist the informalness to be formal.
Right.
But what I always see is as if it is duplicating. For example, let me say, in my introduction, I said I come from Nairobi North Region Juakali Association. Nairobi North is a primary association. We have many. We have Kamukonji, we have Sewani, all Juakali associations. We have Park Road, Juakali associations. We have Siondo, Kariako. You know, all these, Pondeni Marisaba, all these are primary associations. They, in the whole republic, they are under the federation, which is the umbrella body.
Yes.
If I go to MSEA, I would have expected MSEA to advise me on how to improve in my, in my line of, experience. I always probably...
Sorry to cut you short. Does MSEA deal with the individual associations, or it's supposed to deal with the federation? Because all of you are anchored under federation. So yeah, do you think like it's the federation to deal with the MSEA, or the primary associations could also be able to have the internet?
Actually, George, the federation was formed earlier. So MSEA was created by the government to assist the federation and its members to have the formal,
then because the Juakali has been there longer.
Yes.
So MSEA has come in as an authority.
Yes.
Doesn't Juakali have the authority to be able to be able to make it clear? Because Juakali participated in forming the authority. So why do we have Juakali as a federation not able to?
Recently, we managed to have an opportunity to meet the Minister for Cooperatives, Honorable Baranya.
Uh-huh.
And he told us that he even sees a lot of confusion around, many registered, groupings, which to him was almost a confusion. When MSEA comes in and start registering members, my primary association members, to be members of MSEA,
Wow.
without explaining why, it becomes ambiguous.
So the federation has associations, MSEA also has associations, so then there is the total. But again, now, the MSEA could be doing what it's doing. But then what is the federation doing to stop this from happening? Because that is now, the federation is the mother.
Actually,
that is now where we want.
Are. Our CEO, Bwana Mteti, has done a lot in the federation.
Okay.
Together with the members of the secretariat, we have had many obstacles here and there, from the first chairman passing on, second chairman passing on, even the third one. It becomes a bit tricky. But, kupotea njia pia ndiko kujua njia.
Okay.
We are organizing ourselves, we are in the debates, and we are moving forward.
Thanks a lot, so that now we would really want to get serious updates on these trials, because Mokari has been there for quite a number of years.
True. And
the government confirms that they employ quite a big population. Quality are details, but that is a discussion for another day. Lawrence, just 1 minute. Lawrence, in the building and construction industry where you are,
yes,
do you feel like it's quality employment as we are today, or it's employment for survival? For the fundi is in the construction space. Where is he?
Yes, Mr. George. Now, what I can really attest, having been in the industry, I've not been working all along in the industry. We are so many in numbers. We are across all over Kenya. So in each county you go, you will find masons, carpenter, all the trades are spread across. So I cannot really say I'm the best, neither am I the worst. Okay? But this depends, what you do. It is either you are driven by passion, or you just found yourself doing that for survival. So that's why the industry is so murky.
Daniel has just said that the Mokari Federation is the one which is anchoring the whatever. But in the fundis in the construction industry,
yes,
what is your national body? I mean, are you operating individually? Do you have? How you cannot push the industry alone as an individual. So how are you?
Now, without talking the carpentry sector,
yes,
now being in the industrial in the construction industry,
right?
We have got so many trades applying. So looking at the number of the fundis in the sector,
yes,
we cannot talk less than 3 million.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
3 million. Right.
But now, these 3 million, are we working under one umbrella body?
That's the one I'm asking. What?
Oh, yeah. We are operating freelance style. Each one by himself or herself. But it is so unfortunate to say that it has been a challenge for the fundis to speak from one point. Yes. So now, as for now, we have got an umbrella body by the name Mwaka. Mwaka stands for Mafundi wa Kenya Association.
Right.
Now we are coming on board. There is already a structured way of how we are coming on board, so that we can speak from the same platform and get to know the challenges and address them from our own
How
way.
old is Mwaka? Mwaka was formed?
Mwaka was formed in 2007.
Wow.
So it has been there.
Okay.
It is existing.
Okay.
It has got members,
Okay.
and the number is growing.
Okay.
We can see a positive response, and sooner or later we are going to see how big we will build the business.
Thank you so much. I think to summarize it all, it's our pleasure to have both of you in the studio today. We would really have wanted more time to be able to venture into this topic of unemployment. New Globe Studios is pleased to be able to invite the viewers to be prepared for such serious local discussions where our young people, we really worried about our young people, and we do not just want to hurriedly be able to engage them in what is not going to make them productive,
Yes.
but we are looking forward to be able to see how quality job employment is going to be created. Thank you so much for having me and both of you.
Thank
you so
again.
much. Once more, we say thank you.
Karibu sana.
Yes.